A wise man once said, "The will to win, the desire to succeed,
What takes guts is to put yourself on the line.
the urge to reach your full potential.
A leader makes the way.
These are the keys that will unlock the door to personal excellence." Success Resources is the world's leading events promoter of business, personal development, and wealth creation programs. For over 30 years, we've helped over 10 million people across 30 countries unlock their full potential. From North America, to Europe, to Africa, to Asia, to Oceania, we are the key to your personal success. We open the door to the world's best speakers, such as Anthony Robbins, Sir Richard Branson, Robert Kiyosaki, and T. Harv Eker, to name a few. Praised by Donald Trump for being the world's best, we have over 500 events a year and access to the greatest thinkers, achievers, and motivators of our time. We guide you to the success that lies in every one of us.
But you will not discover your greatness in your comfort zone.
You have to have confidence in yourself.
We have never really truly reached our destination. There's always another level to strive for. Your best is yet to come. Success Resources, your learning partners.
Welcome to another episode of Bitcoin Journey to 100,000. We have spent, we have passed Christmas and it's approaching 2020. So let's talk about what's going on with Bitcoin. How a reversal and how a pump up to 69,000 may be right around the corner, and why we should all hang on for 2022. All right, so let's get started. Now, we believe that Bitcoin is the best financial instrument for store of financial energy and the best tool for preserving financial wealth. Secret to success is to wake up early in the morning, work hard, and own Bitcoin. So once again, welcome to Bitcoin Journey to 100,000. So this is Richard Tan from Success Resources. We're the world leading education provider every week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. This is streamed live on Facebook and YouTube. We will be making video tracking the incredible journey of Bitcoin to 100,000. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, smash the thumbs up button real quick, and also spread the news to inform your friend about this content. And of course, click to the notification bell so that whenever we have a video, you are the first to know. Now, I'm very happy to bring my friend Dr. Clemen Chiang to the program. He's an authority on financial investing, as well as a well-known teacher to many thousands of students all over the world. Welcome, Dr. Clemen.
Wow, Richard, we are back right after Christmas Day, Boxing Day. We are counting down to New Year's Day. So it's really exciting to be on the final week of 2021. And I guess, we are coming right to the last day and the last minute and on the Bitcoin price prediction. I'm so excited to be back. Thank you for having me in your show, Richard.
Thank you so much, Dr. Clemen. Now, Dr. Clemen, all the while when we were planning for this Bitcoin journey to 100,000, so we believe that Bitcoin not only is an amazing financial tool, but also in the year 2021 that you will hit 100,000 based on many predictions and based on many data. But however, as we come to the end of the year, it seems that it's going to miss, right? This target. Bitcoin is going to miss this target. But of course, we still are very bullish about Bitcoin. It's not whether it will hit 100,000, but when will it hit 100,000? Now, there are two analysts, right? A couple of analysts, but we like to pick two of them. They are very bullish about Bitcoin. One is Tom Lee. Now, Tom Lee, he has not only just predict Bitcoin will hit 100,000, but he doubled his prediction for Bitcoin from 100 to 200,000 in 2022 next year, right? Now, the question to you, Dr. Clemen Chiang, is what is the rationale of his statement that Bitcoin is going to hit 200,000 in 2022?
Wow, that's a fascinating question, Richard. And, Tom Lee is really the #1 most favorite analyst on CNBC channel. He has correctly predicted the year-end rally of 2021. He has correctly predicted the rise of energy stocks. He has also correctly predicted the epicenter stocks, and we call it the FANG stocks or the mama stocks. This guy is so hot on prediction and kind of a salvage himself back then in 2018-19. He was already calling for a high price on Bitcoin. Now we're going to take a look at this article and really tracking down the thesis of his thinking. Now, this is the big piece of article. He believes that Bitcoin will hit 200,000 in 2022, which is happening this Saturday, all right? We're going to step on 1st of January 2022 on this Saturday. Now, the centerpiece of his entire thinking boils down to this. Tom Lee believes that ProShares Bitcoin ETF could be approved in 2022, driving Bitcoin prices to new highs. So I'm going to connect a few dots right here, and these dots are really important for us to really formulate a thinking, and especially more so, Richard, during this Christmas period, I have so many lunches and dinners, and I managed to kind of wrap my head around the thinking. And I'm going to go through 3 important dots, all right? The first important dot is that there were delays as well as rejections of Bitcoin spot ETF. So let's talk about the rejection first. No Bitcoin spot ETF for now after Scrooge SEC denies 2 more application. Now, these two that were rejected, we need to dive in to understand the names, and they are Valkyrie as well as Krypton. Valkyrie and Krypton, two of them formally rejected. That's it, game over for them. But the good news is this: while these two got rejected, another two got delayed. And we got to remember these two names, Grayscale and Bitwise Spot Bitcoin ETF applicants. Now, this is the really, really powerful part, because at point number 2, since they got delayed, right now officially we have two very important milestone dates for 2022. The first milestone date is February the 6th, and that will be a decision on Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. And I believe Grayscale Bitcoin Trust has very, very high weightage because they control over $40 billion worth of Bitcoin funds at this moment. So their chances are extremely high, but the nearer lower hanging fruit to us is actually Bitwise Bitcoin ETP Trust that's moved to 1st February. And as we know, 1st February for next year is also the first day of the Chinese Lunar New Year holidays. And this is major, because I'm going to lead this to point number 3, and then we're going to formulate our thinking around it. Point number 3 is the Beijing Winter Olympics is falling right smack in the middle between 1st and 6th of February. 4th of February is the opening ceremony of the Beijing Winter Olympics. And as we all know, the US officials has kind of boycotted the event by not sending their officials to the event, but they still send their sportsmen to compete. Now, this is really a whole messed up of political strained relationships between US and China. Now, we're going to see how this is going to go about playing it. So I'm going to kind of give all of us my thinking about how these 3 days is going to impact us. Point number 1, 2 official Bitcoin ETF applications have been formally rejected. Very good. Well and done. Point number 2, while 2 were rejected, 2 were officially delayed. Good news to us. Which leads us to point number 3. 3 important milestone dates: 1st February, 6th February. These were the 2 pending dates that potentially will be approved. And you can see why it's planned on these 2 dates, because Beijing Winter Olympics is on the 4th of February. Now, my thinking is that I think the US government is buying time officially to collect and buy more Bitcoin on the stealth mode. And they are doing this delay so that they can accumulate enough such that when they decide to roll out their digital dollar project, and they need to hash against their digital dollar against a digital gold coin, and that is Bitcoin. So we know this is playing out because why? On 4th of February, Beijing Winter Olympics will be a super marketing event for them to officially introduce the digital yuan to the world of the sporting athletes as well as the sporting officials. This is already made known, well known already. So I think the US government is going to take the spotlight and the limelight away from them by giving an approval in that date range between 1st and 6th. Kind of steal the limelight away from the sporting event, because all of us who are investors in the market will no longer look at Beijing, we will look at the Bitcoin market, and everybody will rally. So this is my thinking so far, and I kind of verify this with a big fat whale deep into NFTs and DeFi, and kind of a cross-check. Hey, are you thinking the same as I do? Yes, we kind of both agreed this is the moment in time. And that kind of a sum up for what Tom Lee from Fundstrat has also predicted. So, you know, Richard, this is really fascinating time. We are only like 1 month away from Chinese Lunar New Year, and I wish everybody have the really, really biggest joy to give away big fat ang pao on 1st of February. Back to you, Richard.
Thank you, Dr. Clemen. Now, we also know that Grayscale is no pushover because they are so huge. In fact, they are preparing a lawsuit against SEC for not approving spot ETF. Now, my grandson just walked past. Grandson, come.
Where's the handsome boy?
Yeah. So this is my grandson. guess what? I got 3 grandsons, and they do say hello to everybody.
Hello.
Look,
Hello.
so how old are you?
7.
7. Guess what? 7 years old, and he is already investing in cryptocurrency.
Wow, boss, what is his name?
Sun
Sanan, well done. We're going
so I got 3
spike to the
grandchildren,
moon.
and they are investing in cryptocurrency. So I start them young. Now they happen to be here, right? So in the past, when during their birthday, I used to buy them present, right? Then later on, I switched to buying them little gold bar. I thought that would be good for them. And then later on, I switched to giving them small amount of Bitcoin. And then they started to invest in cryptocurrency. Well, that's a little bit about my family. Now, Dr. Clemen, the next person that is also bullish in Bitcoin on a long term, and in his prediction, he argued that Bitcoin could hit a massive 333,000 by May 2022, a bit more bullish than Tom Lee, right? And he even said, you don't have enough crypto for 2022 bull run. Now, question to you, Dr. Clemen, same question to you is, what is the rationale of this analyst statement?
And this is really, really good to all of us, Richard, because we really started back in last year during the 3rd Bitcoin halving event in May 2020. We really banged down on one simple prediction, and that is Pantera, $115,000 by October 2021. And then we also banged on the second prediction by Citibank analysts, $318,000 by December 2021. And today we have Fundstrat Tom Lee predicting 200,000 in the year 2022. And here we go. We have another analyst predicting 333,000 happening in 2022. Now, what does this say? All of us really, you all got to really nail it down to the essence of all this prediction. And for those of you who are like sour grapes and say, no, all this prediction don't come true, it's a scam, it's a nonsense, and you start throwing all these dirty words, sorry, you're out of the game because you don't understand the rules of this game. This game of Bitcoin as an asset class is about network externalities. More and more people jumping on the bandwagon. With a fixed supply and a growing demand, price can only grow up. But with all these predictions surrounding us, it only fulfills one thing, and that is called the self-fulfilling prophecy. One person believe in it, 2% believe in it, everybody start to believe in it, the price naturally will reach to that level. So that is the reason why, why are we calling out for all these predictions? Is it just some kind of smoke screen, some kind of honky-dory Pandora box? No. It is based on factual documentation or audit trail, and I want to highlight to you this very important word called flight to safety. We also call this word as safe haven. Now, why is this like the key topic surrounding Bitcoin? Now, as we all know right now, inflation rates are at all-time historical high in the history of mankind. Things are getting so expensive now. Now, that also means that the same US dollar that you have today is going to purchase lesser and lesser amount of goods and services. You have a declining purchasing power of a US dollar with a high inflation rates. Guess what? No longer can you hold on to a US dollar because you're going to buy lesser amount of things. So thereby birth this terminology known as safe haven. The clearest safe haven is Bitcoin today. Because not only there's a fixed supply, not only that, you enjoy the appreciation of its price as it goes up. And that is the reason why this is like perfect storm. He called for 333 prediction with a hard date, May 2022, because he calls it the US Federal Reserve providing a perfect storm of low rates, a new prediction argues. So this is really, really fascinating stuff. So we have February dates. We have a date right now in May. And all of you listeners, what you really got to do is to start nailing down all these days on your calendar. So we have 1st, we have 4th, we have 6th of February. Right now we have May 2022. And you just keep filling it up. Because as you fill up, you're going to put alongside the entire argument. All this argument is going to come to pass. And that's the reason why it is so important. And guess what? Every time someone makes a prediction, they are passing on the network externalities. They're influencing the core bunch of followers, of friends. And these are really, really powerful stuff that's going around in the world. And that is the reason why, as I scroll down right here, holy moly, look over here, all this prediction is coming to pass. And here we go. This gives Fed cover to raise rates after QE0, after market digests and realizes economy has been decimated, then sees impact of high rates, downside could be big. So as a result, they start putting out the argument that, okay, Bitcoin is going to be the safe haven that you're going to move your money to. And that's the reason why everybody is scrambling to own as many Bitcoins as possible at this moment. Back to you, Richard.
Thank you, Dr. Clemen. Now, well, Bitcoin today, right now, as we are doing this program, is trading about 48,000. However, some of us actually bought Bitcoin while it is at 60,000 and even at 65,000. So some investors are feeling really panicked and feeling fear, and discomfort right now because they bought at 60,000 or 65,000 and now at 48,000. So question to you, Dr. Clemen, is what do you say to these people who bought Bitcoin at high price?
This is really, really a powerful question in the sense that we always have to review the various Bitcoin halving. The step one, actually, it should always go to the first Bitcoin halving, followed by the second Bitcoin halving, followed by the third Bitcoin halving. So the distance between each halving is about 4 years. So the last event was 2020, and the next fourth Bitcoin halving will take place in 2024, which happens to be the year of the presidential election. So kind of really fascinating because for the founder of Bitcoin, he kind of planned the halving to coincide with the US election year. All right. Now, is there a conspiracy theory behind it? I do not know. But it happens always on the presidential year. So what I'm showing you, all of us right now, are the dates of the price starting from the year 2020. Right at the bottom left, you go to see this is the timeline, 2020, 21, and 22. And then I kind of mark it out from the lowest point back then. You probably can buy Bitcoin at 5,000, goes all the way to a high price of 64,000, the first all-time high back then. All right. So the question is this: in this first part of the arrow, where were you? Many of you are watching, listening right now. Some of you watching live. Some of you are watching on the recorded stream. But take this as a challenge. In my first arrow path, where were you? 3 outcomes. Some of you were trading along the path of this red arrow. Congratulations. You are considered the pioneer to experience the really first astronomical all-time high of Bitcoin. Second group of you, some of you been there, done that, but didn't take the plunge. Holy moly, you're slapping yourself upside down, left, right, center, and say, what the heck happened to you? You were hypnotized by the price movement, but you didn't take action. You chicken out. The third group of you, you probably didn't even know what the hell happened back then. And maybe only recently you come into contact with Bitcoin. All right, so there's always 3 outcomes. The first red arrow, the flight path. Now I'm going to draw the second flight path, which I'm going to transcend in blue. Here we go. This is the flight path I call the Valley of the Shadow of Death. Those who've gone through the Red Sea together with us as a community, you've gone through this blue color flight path and you experience The all-time historical high, $69,000 per coin. And again, we had three outcomes. One group of you who were trading right on this blue path and say, holy moly, what have I learned? I learned a very important lesson from Richard and Clemen, and that is, do not sell at a loss. You guys been there, done that with us when we started YouTube streaming in June this year. When market was like kind of suicidal at 30,000, we were doing like our first week of videos when it would drop to $28,000 per coin. You were with us. And what did we say to all of you? Do not sell at a loss. Hold your fort. And let me call up Moses. And Moses need to open up the Red Sea. And then the price started to go all the way up to 69,000. And what does that mean at 69,000? Nobody lost money. So first group of you were trading there, you were very happy, you caught the high, and then we taught you certain steps, how to protect your profits so that the moment it drops, you're out with nice profit. Second group of you, you were there watching the blue arrow, watching on YouTube, but you didn't take action. Again, you're slapping yourself left, right, center, upside down, and all bruised up, but you didn't buy any damn thing. And the third group of you, you say, hey, where were I when the blue arrow happened? You're still sleeping somewhere. Didn't even know about Bitcoin, right? Again, three outcomes. So right now, I'm going to come to the final color. Red, green. I'm going to bring out my green color right now. All right. So green color, this is the moment in time you're in the green color right now. All right. Let me just change the color again. This is a bit dark right here. Let me just change it to nice green. Ding. All right. Now you're in this green. You say, oh my gosh, exactly what Richard has asked. I bought at a high. So again, do I need to repeat my red, blue again? There will be three groups of you. Group one, those of you who bought at high on the green flight path, my message to you is please do not sell at a loss. By now, you've gone through the red and the blue, you should already know. All these are just moment in time. The thesis remains the same. Supply is fixed, demand is going up, network externalities kick in. And guess what? Today you're introduced to the word called safe haven. Price can only go up. All right. Second group of you, you're looking right now, the price is so low at 48,000 and say, I'm watching it, but I still have not taken action. So you better start slapping yourself left, right, center and ask yourself why you didn't buy it. Then the third group of you, hey, what happened? Where were I? What is this thing called Bitcoin? There will always be three groups of you. So the final message is this. You have right now unbelievable low-hanging fruit dangling right in front of you. Back then when I was trading in May 2020, we didn't even have a trigger date. The closest trigger date back then when we were in May was to look at October. 5 months away. Today, you're stepping into the new year, 1st of January, 2022, this Saturday. And you don't really have to wait damn long. 1 month later, 1st of February, you know the result. The decision is yours. Just remember, do not sell at a loss. Back to you, Richard.
Thank you, Dr. Clemen. Now, Dr. Clemen, one of the easiest and best way to learn how to be successful is follow those people who have already been successful. Now, people who have been really, really successful in terms of creating wealth are the billionaire. So there's this article that Mexican billionaire Ricardo Salinas, right? There must be a reason why he's a billionaire. I mean, there must be something that he do, his mindset, you know, and all that he do. Now, he has always been a supporter of Bitcoin. Now, once again, he openly shown support for Bitcoin in a Christmas video where he advised investors to stay clear of fiat currency and invest their money in Bitcoin. So Dr. Clemen, question for you is, what advice do you give ordinary investor, right, who have fiat currency? What do they do with their fiat currency?
Very good question, Richard. This is a really mind-boggling question because we're going to give everybody a breakthrough in their mindset. Step one, you have this guy looking at you. His name is called Ricardo Salinas. And his statement is, forget fiat, buy Bitcoin. Bitcoin instead. Now, we kind of correlate this picture or his name with one very, very important information. And that information is this, which I taught you guys just now. And that is, here we go. The network externalities of this man, 1 million Twitter followers. All right, step one. Step two, granted that no matter what we say or do, you will always sit on the fence and just kind of say, this is a rat poison, this is a scam, and you behave exactly like Warren Buffett. But the problem is this, while you behave like Warren Buffett, you are not exactly having the same financial standing as Warren Buffett. Let me explain. Now, Warren Buffett is so against Bitcoin because his entire wealth, his 50 years of investing, boils down to one single currency. That is called the US dollar. And that is the reason why, for a man like him, he cannot stand another instrument that's going to deplete his wealth. So he has to speak up to defend his turf. But you don't have the same financial standing as Warren Buffett. You can keep all the money in your bank for the next 10 years. Nothing will change, but one thing is for certain. The same amount of money that you kept in your bank will buy lesser and lesser amount of goods and services over time. That money of yours in the bank can never spike up, can never go 10x, can never go 20x or even 100x to begin with. It will only go down, not up in value. So those of you who are still thinking like what Warren Buffett is saying correctly about Bitcoin, let me tell you, ask yourself, are you having so much wealth in US dollars to begin with to speak like him? He has to defend his turf. And right now we know the game is over for him, right? He will over time start to buy Bitcoin. Just like it took him 50 years to be convinced to buy a technology stock called Apple. 50 years, mama. And today his portfolio, based on our data, 50% of his wealth is concentrated on one stock, and that's called Apple. So all of you start to think again, I thought old man believe in diversification. I thought old man believes in buy and hold and don't sell forever. Let me tell you, all of you are proven wrong already. What kind of diversification when half of your wealth is concentrated on one stock? That's the reason why. Come back to our core logic. You are not the same as Warren Buffett, your financial standing. But the only way for you to have a breakthrough is this. You can still keep your money in the bank. You already know the outcome. It will go down in value. But if you take a chance and say, hey, I think this is making sense, like what this billionaire is telling his 1 million followers, and all of his 1 million followers don't need every one of them to believe in him. You just need a percentage, maybe 10, 20, 30% of them believing in it. More and more people jump on the bandwagon ahead of you. What's going to happen? Do you want to be early or do you want to be late? Or you still sitting there, slapping yourself left, right, center and say, what am I supposed to do? So this is the logic that you have to put yourself through to truly believe the power of Bitcoin. Back to you, Richard.
Thank you, Dr. Clemen. Now, I always remember your, Dr. Clemen, your example of the largest bank in Singapore, DBS Bank, paying 0.05%, 0.25%, not a week, not a month, but a year. Yeah. So that means you put $1,000 in it, you get $2.50. And then if you have to take bus there and take bus back or take train there, you lose money already. I always remember you saying that. So
it's right here, 0.05%. And in fact, even if you put $500,000, it's still 0.05%.
0.05, not 0. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not 0.25, but it's 0.05.
Yeah, you're not even incentivized to put more money in the bank. They don't care whether you're 10,000 or 650,000, same rate, 0.05%.
So for those of you who have fiat and if you do nothing, that's worse. If you put in the bank, that's second worst. Okay. So, or maybe if you have fiat currency, you can learn how to make use, how to invest your fiat currency. And I believe that next year, Dr. Clemen will have some course on how you can use your fiat currency properly. So at least you beat the bank. Okay. Now, so Dr. Clemen, before we go to the second last question, yeah, we will not have this will be our last session for this year, and our next session will start on the 3rd of January, Monday, 3rd of January. That will be our first session for 2022. So please write down in your notebook 2022 on Monday at 3:30. That will be our first session for Bitcoin journey to 100,000 for the year 2022. Now, Dr. Clemen, according to the metric, right, data from Glassnode, the proportion of Bitcoin being sold by wheels or old hands remain record low. It means that the seasoned wheel of Bitcoin hodler hardly spend or hardly sell any of their coin, despite the fact that Bitcoin is all-time high at 69,000, they hardly sell. Yeah. So question to you is this: how do you interpret this data with regard to Bitcoin pricing trend?
Awesome question, Richard, because the moment we know the big fat whales are holding on to their fort and they are fulfilling the vision of HODL, hang on for their dear life, it means that they have a much bigger appetite than any one of us here around. That's why they are called the big fat whales. So let me show you guys the data, right? So first of all, we have the very powerful headline. The number of Bitcoin sold in 2021 is a record low. Now, what exactly is 2021? This is 2021. I'm just adjusting the chart stretch chat. You're going to see from bottom left to the top right, this is the whole year of 2021, right? And then we kind of navigate. We started up, down, go up, then down, then go down, go up, and then today we are here. What is the range? The range is important to us. It hit a high of 69,000 and started at a low of 2021, I believe. It is about $20,000. So the range is between 20,000 to 70,000. So if we take 70,000 minus 20,000, we are talking about a range of $50,000 movement per coin. Yet the whales don't want to sell. What does that mean? I can tell you there's only one answer. Their appetite is not 50,000 per coin profit. Their appetite is at least $100,000 per coin profit. 2x of that. All right. So if we enlarge that to 100,000, then today price is at 48,000 per coin. I believe that they'll start selling from $150,000 price of Bitcoin upwards, onwards, they'll start selling. At that point in time, they will again revise their decision because they'll be monitoring, there'll be fresh data coming in. And that's the reason why this discussion is so important. Why we need to track the data of the crypto whales so that it is a very dynamic situation. It's not cast in stone. What is cast in stone in the year 2021 is that the price range of 50,000 movement didn't attract the whales to sell. They are looking for a much bigger appetite. I believe it's about $100,000 and above. All right. They need to see that price movement of $100,000, big movement, then they'll start to be motivated to sell. And this is the reason why, according to the Coin Days Destroyed CDD metric from Glassnode, right over here, and they put it out. Bitcoin hodlers are still selling record low amounts of Bitcoin despite 70% gains in 2021. They took from the lowest point to the highest point. I given you in terms of dollar value, 20,000 to 70,000. That's a $50,000 price movement. They are untouched, unmoved. They refuse to sell. So thereby, What does that mean? It means that every one of you out there, you have a chance. You have a chance looking at 48,000 today, looking up to the future to 100,000. 48,000 to 100,000, that's like 100% profit return. We call it 2x. You are still looking at a nice, clean 100% potential profit return if you take on the bandwagon right here today. Back to you, Richard.
Thank you, Dr. Clemen. Well, we have come to the end of our session. Now, before we finish off with 2021, we want to ask Dr. Clemen for some word of wisdom to all ordinary investors. Dr. Clemen, any words of wisdom for us to end our year?
Oh, yes, absolutely, Richard. You know, this current 2 weeks, what I'm doing is I've done a lot of one-to-one sessions with my coaching students. And, you know, one of the biggest takeaway for one of them is actually this. Teacher, I realized that what you have been preaching from the day I know you until today is that don't sell at a loss is a very, very powerful philosophy. Not just a philosophy, it applies true in our investing and trading, not just in Bitcoin, in stocks, in options, in everything that we do. So the big message for 2022 is this. There are 3 things that all of us need to take charge right now. Number 1, officially, today is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You have only 3 days to get your life in order. For the next 3 days, please do not go out there and party. You should be spending time in isolation, thinking about your big plans for the year 2022. In complete privacy, isolation, just sit down, mark out your milestones. And how do you mark out your milestones? Take out your calendar, January to December. I already given you a few days already to begin working on in February, May next year. And you start filling them up and say, these are my milestones for the year 2022. Number 2, you take charge and look at every assets, investment instruments that you have put money into. And I can tell you, you got many, many money sitting around. You just don't realize it. From your insurance to your properties, to your stocks and bonds, and to your options, to your cryptos, you got actually a lot of money sitting around. Take an audit trail of what you have and remind yourself, don't sell at a loss. And number 3, most important of all, you must have a finishing line for the year 2022. What is your finishing line? I challenge all my students who got into Bitcoin, your finishing line is to cross the first milestone, 100,000. Do not do anything silly until you cross that line. And crossing that line, what does it mean to you? It could be your entire life, first time experiencing $10,000 profit, $100,000 profit, $1 million pure profit of your own effort. Richard and I don't get to participate in your profits. But if you send our fruits, we'll gladly receive it. So that's it. Just remember, we are doing this to rally the community. We got nothing to gain from all of you, other than the fact that we wish that you get to know about this asset class as early as possible. Remember the red line and the blue line and the green line. Which 3 groups do you belong to? But if you keep watching and don't do anything, you are wasting your time. And I don't wish to see that. So on this note, I pray for you that 2022 will be the best yet for you. And God bless, all will be well. Happy New Year.
Thank you, Dr. Clemen. Here you are, ending 2021 in a very, very wonderful, blessed year. So this is Richard Tan, the team from Success Resources, and Dr. Clemen wishing you a blessed, blessed, blessed new year. Till we meet again on the 3rd of January. See you. Take care.
We believe that investing in our education
has the highest leverage and is the greatest equalizer.
Regardless of background, everyone can have the same opportunities in education.
We believe in doing what is right, not what is easy.
We believe in anything that is worth doing, we do it with passion and excellence.
We believe that happiness is the key to success.
If you love what you're doing, you're already successful.
And that both success and failure are temporary.
worth sharing about and even celebrating.
That said, we believe we have had our fair share of both. Yay!
We believe that when the market is tough, we can be tougher.
We believe the best product should win, not the best sales pitch.
We believe that winners are winners because they don't quit.
We believe that the biggest sin is to make learning boring. We believe in making decisions and owning our results.
We believe in innovation to continually provide value to all around us.
We believe that together, everyone achieves more.
We believe that real leaders don't create followers, they create more leaders.
We believe that we can learn from our competitors.
We believe that women work harder, do better, and are more confident.
We believe it's okay to be proven wrong.
It's okay to change your mind.
And it's okay to cry when you're having a really rough day.
We believe in giving everyone the benefit of the doubt.
We believe in always saying please and thank you.
We believe that if dreaming is free, then we should dream big.
And then working hard to achieve it.
We believe that if we have knowledge, it's our duty to pass it down.
We believe that we shouldn't teach something we ourselves don't believe in.
We believe it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission. We believe in saying sorry and meaning what we say.
We believe in being high-tech, means adding a human touch.
We believe that no one has all the answers.
Not even us.
But we go find out and we learn.
We believe that learning never ends, and once you stop learning,
You start dying.
we believe that one person
Or one great idea can change the world.
That's why we believe in helping you grow and succeed.
And with your help, we can change lives globally.
We believe.
we believe. We believe.
Thank you for your belief in us.